Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com this afternoon from Bigfoot Turf Farm just past Kersey. It's the regular season finale as the Brush Beet Diggers take on the Valley Vikings. I'm John Beltran. The Beet Diggers are going for their 12th victory of the year at 11-6 and 6-2 in Patriot League play. And Valley at 4-4 in league play, 9-9 overall. A victory by the Beet Diggers today would more than likely earn them second place in the league, considering the university has the same record. However, they are playing in Eaton against the Reds coming up at 4 o'clock, and Eaton is 18-0 on the season. Highly unlikely that the Reds would lose that home game to close out the regular season. So the only way the Beet Diggers do not finish in second place, assuming they win the game, is if University would happen to upset Eaton. We'll get to the starting lineup here momentarily. The Beet Diggers are the visiting team, and the starting lineup is brought to you by Blodorn Lumber at blodornlumber.com. You can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales flyer, complete a credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. Doesn't matter if you're a contractor or painting your kitchen. At Blodorn Lumber, you'll get the same friendly service and advice to make your job easier. Friendly place, serious service. That's at Blodorn Lumber. For the Beet Diggers, batting first will be the pitcher, Alec Peterson. The catcher, Arnoldo Matos Garcia, will hit second. Shortstop, Kyle Rosenbrock, bats third. The cleanup hitters, the first baseman, Mitch Tormolen. Batting fifth is the DH, Ryan Hertzfeld. Tyler Monday, the third baseman, hits sixth. The right fielder, Oscar Soto, will bat seventh. Mike Gutierrez, the second baseman, will hit eighth. And Grayson Simmons, the left fielder, will bat ninth. Now, defensively, let's see, it looks like we've got some discrepancies here we know that on the mound is Logan Wilson, and the catcher's Peyton Chacon. We'll check out the rest of this team defensively. For the Valley Vikings, trying to secure a winning season with a victory today, a winning regular season. Still to be determined whether Valley will actually qualify for the playoffs. It's a 32-team format that the Beet Diggers are in, but they could certainly improve their seeding based on the outcome of today's game. The Beet Diggers, coached by Mark Muniz, dressed in their maroon uniforms with the gold numerals and lettering and the gray pants. Yeah, it looks like C.J. Ray will be playing first base today for Valley with Andrew Kern at third. Originally, there was a discrepancy in terms of both being at similar positions. The second baseman over there is Levi Montoya, which would place Austin Bruns in left. And the center fielder for Valley this afternoon is Jacob Joseph, Troy Wright in right. Behind the plate, Peyton Chacon, and the right-hander is Logan Wilson. For head coach Steve Kissler, Valley in their home whites with the black numerals and lettering. Actually, the gold numerals and the black lettering with a gold outline. Critical game here from the Field of Dreams just past Kersey. If you're still driving up, got to turn on Road 49, and then where it says Bigfoot Turf Farms off to the right about Road 46, off of 49, and it's a long way in here. It's a gorgeous day. Another one of the rescheduled games. This was supposed to be played a couple of different times in April, but of course the weather eliminated that possibility. Beet Diggers are coming off a 6-2 victory on Friday against Platte Valley in Kersey, in which Kyle Rosenbrock went the distance on a 5-hitter. Opening pitch brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. And we'll have to upload the pitch-by-pitch account from here after the game, so hard to follow without the internet connection here. So here is Alec Peterson, the leadoff for the Beet Diggers. Line and pitch, and the fastball is low. 1 ball and no strikes, with a slight wind kicking up. The right-hander looks in, and the offering is a strike at the knees. Count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. 340 down the left field line. It's about the only measurement we can see. And the breaking ball is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Alec Peterson. Peterson awaits the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right on the fastball and out of play. It's 2-2. Beatdiggers 1 year ago were 6-6 and won their final 7 games. They haven't done that this year, although they were 0-3 to begin the season and have won 11 of their last 14 to pitch. And down and away took something off it. 3-2 to the Beatdigger sophomore pitcher Alec Peterson. Here's the wind and offering, and that's outside, just outside. Boy, barely missed. And it's a walk to Petey. That'll bring up Arnoldo Mantos Garcia. A very young battery today with a sophomore pitcher and a freshman catcher. But the Beatdiggers have pulled this off before successfully. The stretch by the right-hander Wilson, 2-step lead. And the offering, and that is on the outside corner with a fastball just above the knees for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Mantos Garcia. Peterson with a 2-step lead at first. Stretched by Wilson. And the offering. Curveball is hit off the end of the bat on the ground towards the first baseman, Ray. He's going to have to step on the back looking towards second, but it was hit too slowly. And there's 1 down as Peterson advances to second. That'll bring up Kyle Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock, the shortstop today. And every time he doesn't pitch, the stretch by Wilson. And the offering. And the curveball is right there on the inner half for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to stretch. And the offering. Curveball is foul off the end of the bat to the screen. Count goes to 0-2 to Kyle Rosenbrock. Just underway in the top of the first inning after Peterson walked. The pitch. Fastball's way outside. Ball 1, strike 2 to the sophomore shortstop. Peterson with a hefty lead. And the pitch. And that is just outside with a fastball. Nice frame there by Chacon. But the count levels at 2-2. To Rosenbrock. The stretch. And the offering. His curveball is swung on, fouled off to the right. Count remains at 2-2. Your one-stop center for projects around your home office or yard, Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush, and they carry appliances. The pitch outside with a heater. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Rosenbrock. Peterson already walked to begin the game. A stretch and the offering, and that's low, in fact, into dirt. Rosenbrock is the second Beatdigger to walk. Now here's Mitch Tormolin. Beatdiggers looking for the early lead before Peterson even takes the mound. Peterson at second, Rosenbrock at first. The stretch by Logan Wilson. And the pitch swung on and popped up into foul territory along the right side and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. And luckily that drifted foul because that would have been an easy catch in front of the fence by the catcher, Peyton Chacon. No balls and 1 strike to Mitch Tormolen. Runners take their leads. The stretch by Wilson. And the pitch. And the curveball is lifted into center field. Jacob Joseph comes in to his left, makes the running catch. The runners have to hold, and there's 2 down. Two down for Tyler Monday. Check that for Ryan Hirschfeld. Monday's on deck. Hirschfeld, the DH. With 2 runners on and 2 down here in the first inning. The stretch and the offering. And the breaking ball swung over and missed and swung too early. It's 0-1. To Hirschfeld. Wilson gets a sign from Chacon. And the offering way outside with a fastball. The count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. This will be the 20th pitch of the first inning thrown by Wilson. Here it is, and that's low. Took something off it. 2-1. Bay Diggers will play 1 fewer game than years past because they never were able to reschedule the game against Yuma. Breaking ball is low. 3-1 to Hirschfeld. Already 2 walks issued in the inning by the right-hander Logan Wilson. Peterson off second, Rosenbrock at first. 3-1. Swung on line into left center field for a base hit. Peterson is going to round third. He's going to score. The ball got away for a second. Rosenbrock to third. Hirschfeld into second to slide the tag, and he's going to be out. He is out by a mile. The tag was applied over there at second base by Levi Montoya. The B-Diggers score a run. They do it on 1 hit. No errors and a man left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. The score, Brush 1, and Valley coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's get the Valley starting lineup as the B-Diggers scored a run in the top of the first inning on Ryan Hirschfeld's RBI single. Batting first is the left fielder Austin Bruns. The first baseman C.J. Ray hits second. Catcher Peyton Chacon bats third. The cleanup hitters, the catcher Carter Chacon. Batting fifth, the center fielder Jacob Joseph. And right, Troy Wright hits sixth. Logan Wilson, the pitcher, bats seventh. Andrew Kern, the third baseman, hits eighth. And Levi Montoya, the second baseman, hits ninth. For the B-Diggers, Mitch Tormolen's at first base. The second baseman is Mike Gutierrez. At third is Tyler Monday. In between them at short is Kyle Rosenbrock. Around the outfield, Grayson Simmons in left. The center fielders, Randy Baker, Oscar Soto in right. Behind the plate, out of Nogo, Matos Garcia. On the mound is Alec Peterson. And a huge start for Peterson. The B-Diggers appear to have a number 1 and 2 in Rosenbrock and Hirschfeld, but Ryan has been struggling. He's been inconsistent, allowing the 6 runs against Sterling, then pitching very well after that in a 10-9 victory. And then a 3-0 lead evaporated last Thursday in a 10-8 loss to University, and he allowed all 10 runs. So Peterson gets the start here for Brush. And if he throws well here, he could be obviously prominent once we get to the postseason. So the opening batter is Austin Bruns here in the bottom of the first inning. The B-Diggers with a 1-0 lead. And Peterson will pitch out of the stretch with the bases empty. Looks like he's still getting situated on that mound. It might take him an inning or so to get the feel of the mound. The pitch, swing and a miss through the fastball right by him in the outside corner. It's 0-1. Matos Garcia receives the sign from the dugout, lays it down, the stretch. And the offering, throw it away. Levels the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Look to the team at Valley View Villa for rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. 815 Fremont, or call them 867-8261 Valley View Villa. 1-1. Swung on and popped up in the infield. The shortstop Rosenbrock calls for it right in front of the second base bag and makes the catchers 1 down.
Number 17.
1 down for the first baseman, C.J. Ray. Another right-handed hitter for Valley. Peterson stretches. And the offering. Fastball is a tailing fastball for a strike on the inside corner at the knees. It's 0-1. Yeah, he's got lateral movement on that. That would certainly help. No balls and one strike to the Valley first baseman. And the pitch. Swung on. That ball is grounded on the left side. Rosenbach, the shortstop, throws on the run. A little bit high. Troy Mullen comes down on the bag for the out. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Nice play on both ends.
Number 13, Peyton Chacon.
The right-handed hitting Peyton Chacon. The catcher will now bat for Valley. The stretch and the pitch. And the breaking ball is outside. Well, that was the first one thrown by Peterson. 6 pitches. We saw a lot of breaking balls in earlier starts that he threw. Now he's working more off the fastball, which is a good sign. The stretch. And the 1-0. And the changeup is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. With 2 down and the bases empty. 1-0 brush over Valley in the bottom of the first inning. And Peterson delivers. Outside corner for a strike. Took something off it. It's 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Matos Garcia lays down the sign. And the pitch outside with a fastball. It's 3-1. Logan Wilson, the Valley right-hander, walked a couple in the opening frame. Only one of them came back to haunt him as Ryan Hirschfeld drove in a run with a base hit. 3-1 pitch. And that is just a little bit low. And it's a walk to Peyton Chacon, which will bring up Carter Chacon. Big, strong, left-handed hitter for Valley. Center fielder Randy Baker will shade over towards right center. We'll find out tomorrow where the Bee Diggers are headed for the district tournament coming up on Saturday. Single elimination, 4 teams in 8 districts in Class 3A, the stretch. Long pause and the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes to Carter Chacon. With 2 down in the bottom of the first inning, the Bee Diggers with a 1-0 lead. About a 2.5-step lead for Peyton Chacon at first. Throw back to first, back in diving. Carter Chacon back in the box. Stretched by Peterson. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is low. The Fort Morgan Mustangs were here in late March and defeated Valley 8-4, one of their 19 wins. So Valley can certainly play with many teams. That's why they won 9 games this year. Big lead by Peyton Chacon. Let's see if he takes off. And he will. The ball's outside. The throw to second is headed right into the runner, and it's off the runner. The stolen base for Peyton Chacon. And it's 3-0 to Carter Chacon. And don't give him anything too good now with 3-0 and a base open. And a right-handed hitter coming up. And this is part of what Peterson struggles with, is control. Is good at times and others just not there. The 3-0 fastball is outside. Second consecutive walk.
Number 12, Jacob.
There's the center fielder from the right side, Jacob Joseph. So Valley, like the Bee Diggers with runners at first and second. The Bee Diggers had him with 1 down, but still scored on a 2-out hit from Hirschfeld. Both of these walks came with 2 out and the bases empty. Stretched by Peterson. And the offering. Swing and a miss. Challenged him right below the letters. It's 0-1. Yeah, this is a better matchup here for Petey. No balls, 1 strike. 2 out, 2 on. The stretch. And the offering. And the curveball is tapped foul to the screen. Down goes to 0-2. B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Ball one, strike two. Yeah, this is a perfect day. You can play about 5 games today, not even feel it. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss on a fastball tipped into Montos Garcia's glove. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We into the second. Brush 1. Valley nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bay Diggers lead the Valley Vikings 1-0 as we head to the second inning. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Brush against the right hitter Logan Wilson. Down on Monday, Oscar Soto and Mike Gutierrez. The B-Diggers tallied their run on a 2-out RBI single by Ryan Hirschfeld, scoring Alec Peterson. Peterson got into a small jam, but did a nice job striking out Jacob Joseph to end the bottom of the first inning. So here is Monday with a lot on the line for the B-Diggers in this game. Because either way, you win the game, you might jump up in the seeding. You have an outside shot right now, being a top 8 seed. And hosting, wind and pitch, down and away with a fastball. It's 1-0. Wilson gets the sign from Chacon, the pitch. That is low. Took something off at 2 balls and no strikes. Wilson threw 22 pitches in the opening inning, 11 for strikes, 11 for balls. And the 2-0 swung on the line, down the left field line for a base hit, more than likely just a single. Nice job over there by Austin Bruns getting to the baseball. And Monday begins the second with a base hit, and that's why that play looms large to end the first inning when Ryan Hirschfeld was thrown out at second. Perhaps that would have driven in 2 runs for a 3-0 lead, but can't worry about that now. Here's the left-handed hitting right fielder, Oscar Soto. B-Diggers with their second hit. Soto with an open stance, which means the back foot is closer to the plate than the front foot. The pitch, and the curveball is right there, belt high for a strike. It's 0-1. Wilson at the belt, short lead for Monday, and the offering. Swung on. That ball is driven into left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Monday to second, and he's going to stay right there. And the B-Diggers have back-to-back base hits to begin the frame. Now let's see if Brush plays some small ball. You've got 3 sophomores coming up here in Gutierrez, Simmons, and Peterson. And all 3 have speed. Couple of seniors on the bases. Monday at second, Soto at first. The stretch by Wilson. And a pitch. And that runs inside. 1 ball, no strikes. You don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. Northern Colorado Title. 1-0. Swung on, driven into deep left field, but that ball is going to be caught out there by Bruns, as the ball had really no carry, even though it was hit hard. Runners retreat, and there's 1 down. 1 down for Grayson Simmons. Simmons out of the 9-hole. And Gutierrez hit that well, but right to the left fielder. With 1 down and 2 on in the second, the stretch by Wilson. The pitch, and that's a strike with a nice fastball on the outside corner at the knees. It is 0-1 to the B-Digger left fielder. Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan in Fort Morgan and Brush is Equitable Savings and Loan. And the offering, the curveball right there, outer half just above the knees. It's 0-2. Well, the Beat Diggers have had issues earlier this season, leaving runners on base. They left 27 over 2 games, one a win, one a loss. The Offering foul back, challenged him with a fastball over the heart of the plate. Count remains at 0-2. 1-0 Brush over Valley in the second inning, with 2 on and 1 down. Chacon lays down the sign. It's to Simmons. Fastball is outside. Count goes to 1-2. Beat Diggers have been a very good road team this year. Losses at home to University, to Eaton. Swinging and missing the ball in the dirt, and he cannot advance. The runners try to advance and do, because first base was occupied, so it's a strikeout of Grayson Simmons. And the wild pitch sends the runners to second and third. For Alec Peterson, who walked and scored in the first, he can help his own cause right now. So a big hitter for Wilson to retire. Also big for Peterson to come through. Wind and pitch. And the curveball is right there on the inside corner. That's strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. The Beat Diggers have 3 hits in the game already and hold a 1-0 lead. And the Offering down and away. Nice block on a ball in the dirt. Nice block by Chacon. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 in scoring position. And Wilson out of the windup. That'll give Soto a head start from second base. The pitch low with a fastball. 2-1. Monday off of third, taking a lead in foul territory, which is the way to do it. The pitch low, took something off of that. It's 3-1. With Matos Garcia on deck.
Okay, Logan, relax buddy.
3 balls, 1 strike. Peterson awaits the pitch. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him on the outside corner. It's 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to Peterson in the top of the second inning. With 2 down. Wind and pitch. Curveball is fouled back. Nice job of Peterson not taking that pitch. He would have been rung up there. Count remains at 3-2 to the sophomore pitcher, Alec Peterson. Monday off of third, Soto at second. The Offering swung on and driven to left field in the air. Bruns is coming in. He's under it, and he drops the ball. Soto's around third. He's going to try to score. He will score, and Peterson is second. On a huge error out there by Bruns, and the Beat Diggers lead 3-0. Kind of nonchalanted it and try to make the one-handed catch. And the Beat Diggers now with a 3-0 lead. That's a huge error out there. No RBIs. Here's Matos Garcia, the stretch. And the Offering. Swung on and grounded over the mound. The second baseman cannot get it. It's a base hit. Peterson's around third. Joseph's throw to the plate is going to be cut off. It's an RBI single for Matos Garcia. The Beat Diggers have 3 across in the second inning. It's Brush 4, Valley nothing. And all of those runs are unearned. There's Kyle Rosenbrock. A visit to the hill. None of this is Wilson's fault, really. He gave up the 2 hits to begin the inning, but you got to make that catch in left field of your Bruns, and that would have been the inning over. But 1-0 has now become 4-0 in favor of the Beat Diggers because of a critical 2-out error. Rosenbrock walked in the opening frame. As he will now bat for the Beat Diggers. This will be the 7th hitter of the second inning. Just past the top of the hour, this is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley, and KSIR.com. Stretch by Wilson. Throw back to first back and diving is Matos Garcia. Digging back in is Rosenbrock. Stretch and offering. And the curveball is a beauty on the inside corner, strike one. Wilson threw 22 pitches in the opening inning, is about to throw his 22nd of the second inning. Matos Garcia with a very short lead. The pitch inside with a changeup. Count levels at 1-1. Committed to serving those in production, Ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. And the 1-1 pitch swung on, grounded to third, a big hop over there, and the throw by Kern is right in time to retire Kyle Rosenbrock. And the Beatniks are done in the top half of the second inning. However, they do score 3 runs. The Beatniks do it on 3 hits, 1 huge error, and a man left. 1.5 complete. At Bigfoot Turf Farms, it's Brush 4, Valley nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Bigfoot Turf Farms. We head to the bottom of the second inning, and Brush leads Valley 4-0. Troy Wright, Logan Wilson, and Andrew Kern. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters will step in against Alec Peterson, who walked a couple, but then struck out Jacob Joseph to end the bottom of the first inning.
Number 7, Troy.
And here's the right-handed hitting Troy Wright, the right fielder for the Valley Vikings. As we begin the bottom of the second inning. Stretched by Peterson. And the offering. And took something off, and it's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Peterson out of the stretch again with the bases empty. And the offering. And he took it in the dirt. Two and 0. Yeah, Peterson's still got to get his control going. 12 balls and 8 strikes. And that pitch, down and in on the changeup, 3-0. Yeah, when you get to the postseason, you have to rely on strike throwers. Either that or your offense has got to be spectacular. 3-0 pitch. Oh, that's low. Third walk issued by Peterson.
Right.
That'll bring up Logan Wilson, the opposing pitcher.
Number 23, Logan Wilson.
And the Beatniks have had some lapses this season defensively. And that's the way they can make up for it besides on the offensive end.
Come on, Logan, let's go, buddy.
So Peterson will stretch with a runner at first. Long pause to pitch. That's a strike with a changeup down the middle. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Logan Wilson. Throw back to first, and back and diving is Wright. Again, Peterson taking his time with a man on first. The stretch, and the offering, and the curveball is right there on the inside. For a strike, it's 0-2. Right on the inside half. No balls and 2 strikes to Wilson. 4-0 Brush. We're in the bottom of the second inning from Bigfoot Turf Farms. The Beatniks scored 3 unearned runs in that second inning. And the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Runner goes to second. Matos throwing in the dirt. And no tag applied there. There is 1 down off the strikeout. There's 1 down.
Number 5, Andrew Gooby Kern.
Here's Andrew Kern. Kern, the third baseman for Valley. Stretch by Peterson. And the pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. And we'll have a play-by-play account of this game on KSIRSports.com after the game. Once we get to an internet connection. Runner off of second. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him, belt high, and the count is level at 1-1 strike to the third baseman, Kern. And the umpire making sure that Peterson's actually on the rubber and not in front of the rubber.
Concentrate here, Gooby. Come on, concentrate. Let's go.
1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. In the second, 4-0 Brush. The pitch. Curveball is grounded right side. Tormolin dives, can't get to it, and it's stopped by Gutierrez. Goes to first, and that is in time with Tormolin covering. And there's 2 down. Yeah, that looked like a good call from here. The throw definitely beat him, and his foot was advancing to third is Troy Wright. Here's Levi Montoya. Excellent play by Gutierrez to his left. And essentially throwing from his knees.
Levi Montoya.
Here's the right-handed hitting Levi Montoya. With 2 down in the second inning, the stretch. And Peterson delivers. Swung on and grounded to second. Gutierrez is there. Hesitates, throws to first, and the inning is over. No runs. No hits, no errors, and a man left. 2 complete. It's Brush 4, Valley nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the third inning from Bigfoot Turf Farms. Brush 4, Valley nothing. The Bee Diggers will send up the 4, 5, and 6 hitters against the right-hander Logan Wilson. And the Bee Diggers have 4 hits in the game. Valley still looking for their first. Despite all the hits, it was a 2-out error that really allowed the Bee Diggers to make a 1-0 game into a 4-0 game. And here's Tormolin. Tormolin is 0 for 1. He popped out the pitch, and the breaking ball is down and away. 1 in the first, 3 in the second for Brush. Wilson gets the sign, and the 1-0 up and in with a changeup, 2 balls and no strikes. Now we're looking for one of those rare games that goes under 2 hours. We haven't been able to really find those this year. Lots of marathons. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and driven into shallow right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And Tormolin has the 5th hit of the game for the Bee Diggers. It wasn't hit well, but it was hit in the perfect spot. Although Jeremy Weathers did a nice job for us on Friday. That was under 2 hours, about an hour 45 in that 6-2 victory over the Platte Valley Broncos. Here's Ryan Hirschfeld, who singled in a run, but then was eliminated at second base on the very same play. The stretch by Wilson. And the offering. Curveball is hit off the end of the bat on the ground towards Montoya. Flips to second for 1. The throw to first. That's a 4-6-3 double play.
Nice job.
And there's 2 down.
Good job, Valley.
That'll send up Tyler Monday, who singled and scored in the second inning when he belted a ball down the left field line. Nice turn there with Montoya, Chacon, and Ray. Line and pitch. Swung on and popped up in the infield behind the second base bag, or in front of the second base bag. Montoya makes the catch at second base. I was looking towards Chacon. It turns into a minimum batter inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the third in Bigfoot Turf Farms. Brush 4, Valley nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the bottom of the third inning. Brush 4, Valley nothing. And it's back to the top of the order. Austin Bruns, C.J. Ray, and Peyton Chacon. For right-hander Alec Peterson, who's not a lot of hit as of yet, but has walked 3, struck out a couple. As Matos Garcia lays down the sign. And the offering. Swung on, grounded fair down the third baseline, headed for the corner. Simmons is going to have to cut that off. Around first is Bruns, and he's going to stay right there. But it's Valley's first hit of the game, as Bruns, who popped out in the first, is now 1 for 2. Here's C.J. Ray. Ray grounded out Or check that. Avery Hanslick will now be the hitter. Well, not sure exactly what that's about, but Hanslick will hit. Ray had just one at bat. Of course, he can come back in. This could simply be a courtesy situation. So Hanslick to bat for Valley in the bottom of the third inning. 4-0 Brush. 1 on and nobody out. For the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Pine Avenue in Fort Morgan. Here's the stretch by Peterson. And the pitch right down the middle for a strike. With a fastball, it's 0-1. Bay Diggers looking for a double play as Valley did turn one in the top of the third inning. Short lead at first for Bruns. About a step and a half. Stretch by Peterson. Long pause. Throw back to first. Yeah, that's not that big of a lead to throw back. Peterson looks in. Ahead of the hitter, 0-1. Throw back again, and nothing doing. The Bay Diggers scored a run in the first and 3 in the second. Stretch by Peterson. 0-1, it's a pitch out. Nothing doing. Count level at 1-1. Well, now that allows the runner to perhaps take off. You rarely throw 2 pitch outs in a row. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Let's go.
The stretch by Peterson. Short lead at first for Bruns. And the offering. That's a fastball for a strike on the outside corner just above the knees, and it's 1-2. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. You can find it at any local grocery or convenience store near you. Throw back to first, and back in standing is Bruns. Still 1-2 on this hitter, Avery Hanslick. Stretch by Peterson. And the offering. Swung on and popped foul out of play. One with a fastball up in the zone. It remains at 1-2. Valley has the game's only error. It was a huge 2-out error. 2 runs scored on that play, then 1 more thereafter. They'll tell you it should still be a 1-0 game, but instead it's 4-0. The pitch. Curveball swung on and missed, and Hanslick strikes out. There's 1 down in the third inning. And that should be 3 Ks for Alec Peterson. That'll bring up Peyton Chacon. He was issued a walk, but was stranded in the first. The stretch as he steps in from the right side. The pitch. Curveball is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know with a man at first. Stretch by Peterson. And a long pause. And the pitch runner going, swung on and fouled off to the right. Count is level at 1-1. Bay Diggers are back in action on Saturday. And at this point, you look at the seedings. If you're not going to be a top 7, better to be 10th or below. You don't want to be an 8 or a 9 seed. You win as an 8 or a 9 seed, then you have to play Eaton in the opening game of the double elimination state tournament. Because Eaton will be the top overall seed. Step off by Peterson. And that's certainly no fun. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night, when they do. Every second counts. It's a Level 3 Trauma Center. Colorado Plains Medical Center can handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center bringing quality care to the community. Pitch. And it bounces in there, blocked by Montos Garcia. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. To Peyton Chacon. One out, one on in the bottom of the third inning from Bigfoot Turf Farms. Short lead at first. And the pitch. Curveball is a strike on the inside corner at the knees. That levels the count at 2-2. And Peterson being very selective with his pitches here. Haven't seen that knuckle curve, being a little bit more basic here. And the 2-2, up and away. Might have taken something off of that. It's 3-2. Runs might be taking off here from first base. 3 balls and 2 strikes with only 1 out in the third. And the runner stays. Swung on, grounded over the mound. The shortstop, Rosenbrock, has it. Steps on the back for 1, and he cannot make the throw to first. Couldn't get the ball out of his glove. It'll be 6 unassisted on the fielder's choice, and there's 2 down for Carter Chacon. Now it's a big chopper.
Number 20, Carter Chacon.
Not sure if he tried to rush it, but he decided not to make the throw, which was the smart play. Carter Chacon, big, strong left-handed hitter, walked in the opening frame. And Peterson doesn't work that quickly, but he works effectively, and that's what counts. Keeps the runners close at first. The stretch. Throw back to first. Fairly close, but Chacon's back in diving. And Peterson gets the sign from Montos Garcia. 2-step advantage at first. And he pitched to Chacon. Swung on in line and a one-hopper to Tormon, who spears it out of the ground, steps on the bag. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 3 complete at Bigfoot Turf Farms. It's Brush 4, Valley nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Bigfoot Turf Farms. We head to the 4th inning. Brush 4, Valley nothing. The Bay Diggers will send up the bottom of the order, and Oscar Soto, Mike Gutierrez, and the left fielder Grayson Simmons against the right-hander Logan Wilson. Brush so far in the game with 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They've left 2 on base, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 4 left on base. Avery Hanslick, now the new first baseman after coming into the game for C.J. Ray. Soto lined a single into left center in his first at bat in the second. The pitch, swing and a miss, took something off it as Wilson pulled the string. It's 0-1. There's the wind and the offering. Curveball swung over and missed. It's 0-2. Now offering fresh homemade coffees, muffins, and more made by G Sweets. That's Willow Coffee Tea and Smoothies. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, Saturday 7 to 4. Swung on, grounded right back to the pitcher Wilson, and he retires Soto for the first out. Willow Coffee Tea and Smoothies at 921 Edison Street in Brush. Here's Mike Gutierrez. He popped out of the opening frame, and a ball hit well to the left fielder Bruns. He's 0 for 1. That was in the second inning. Hitting with an open stance. Here's the wind and pitch, and the breaking ball is in the dirt. One ball and no strikes. And the offering, little bit up and in. Took something off it. It's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch, a little bit below the knees, but it's called a strike. 2-1 over the heart of the plate. 2-1 to Mike Gutierrez. And the offering, that's down and in with a heater. 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, way out. Ooh, yeah, it's outside. Yeah, nice frame by Chacon, but it's ball 4. Gutierrez walks, a 1-out walk for Grayson Simmons, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. The Beat Diggers have had runners on in every inning, even in the 3-batter inning when the double play was turned, which was 1 inning ago. Here's the left-handed hitting left fielder. Stretch and throw back to first, back and diving is Gutierrez. You got lots of speed over there. The Beat Diggers can move him over. The offering, squaring the bunt, and it's missed by Simmons on a pitch on the outer half of the knees. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. The stretch and the offering, squaring the bunt again, lays it out in front of the plate. It's picked up by Wilson. He'll throw to first, and that's going to be in time. A sacrifice advances Gutierrez to second, and there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order for Alec Peterson. Yeah, Peterson hit that fly ball that was dropped by Brunn, scoring 2 runs. He also walked, so he's officially 0 for 1. The stretch and the offering, and the curveball is down and away. 4-0 Brush. We're in the top of the 4th inning. A run in the first, 3 in the second. A stretch and the pitch. Swung on, fouled back, challenged him with a fastball over the heart of the plate. It's 1-1. Friendly staff at High Plains Bank in Wiggins can assist you with a home loan, equity line of credit, commercial loan, or checking account. To receive hometown service in a higher plane, visit High Plains Bank in Wiggins. The pitch. Curveball is lined towards right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. That ball continues to roll towards the fence. Peterson is around first. He's at second. Scoring is going to be Gutierrez. Peterson goes for 3, and he's going to be in there with a 2-out triple. And the Beat Diggers now lead 5-0. And again, Brush has scored all of their runs this afternoon with 2 outs. Including a base hit by Arnoldo Matos Garcia and a 3-run second. He's also grounded out. Matos Garcia settles in. Line and pitch. And that is upstairs. Took something off it. It is 1-0. There's the line and offering. Swung on line, base hit into right field. Here comes Peterson. He will jog across home plate. Matos Garcia with his second RBI of the game. Brush has 2 across in the 4th inning. It's now 6-0. And that'll bring up Kyle Rosenbrock, who's walked and grounded out. And here comes Conrad Cole to run for Matos Garcia to allow Matos Garcia to get that gear on. Give him a little bit of rest. Now, as opposed to the 3-run second, those runs are earned as a pitching change. We're in the 4th inning, 2 down and 2 in with a score. Brush 6, Valley nothing. It's a 2-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Jacob Joseph is the new pitcher as we head, or we're still here in the 4th inning. Obviously, the Beat Diggers have played at 2 against the starter Logan Wilson. After a base hit here by Arnoldo Matos Garcia, plating another run. We've got 2 out and 2 in the top of the 4th inning, and the Beat Diggers holding a nice 6-0 lead at Bigfoot Turf Farms. It looks like Wilson might be in center there. I think they just traded positions. So here is Rosenbrock. Again, 0 for 1 in the game. Yeah, it looks like in center. Yeah, center is Troy Wright now. Logan Wilson now in right. The stretch of the pitch. Swung on foul off the end of the bat towards the Valley dugout on the first base side. So 0-1. Yeah, Beat Diggers one of those teams that occupy the third base side. A lot of teams occupy the first base side when they're the home team. Of course, Brush on the third base side here is the visiting team. The pitch. And the curveball is a strike, belt high. Rosenbrock didn't like it. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Joseph out of the stretch with Conrad Cole at first, a courtesy runner. And the pitch. Fastball is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the fourth. Valley has been held scoreless so far. A stretch by Joseph. And the offering, and that's in the dirt. Nice scooped out by Chacon. 2-2. Rosenbrock back in. Barely moves between pitches once he settles into the batter's box. And the offering. Curveball is lifted down the right field line. A long run, drifting into foul territory. And it remains at 2-2 as the ball drops foul. Cole retreats to first. And the Beat Diggers in the game have 7 hits. So they've done their job at the plate. And Peterson, a lot of few base runners, but he's thrown the clutch pitches when he's had to. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in. The pitch in the dirt. And what a play by Chacon. That was about a 48-footer and way outside. And Chacon blocked it beautifully, and that would have been by most other catchers, but he was not going to let that go by. 3-2. Cole will be taking off on this pitch with 2 down. A very short lead. Stretched by Joseph. And Cole's not going for some reason up and in. He's got to know the situation. I don't know if Rich Gutierrez, at first the coach told him anything, but you got to be going. With 2 down and a full count, there's no reason to hold up. Either way, Rosenbrock walks. There's Mitch Tormolin, who popped out and singled. He is 1 for 2. The stretch by Joseph. And the pitch. Curveball is grounded towards left field. The shortstop cutting it off. Long throw for Chacon to first. It's going to be late on a hop. But it was a nice play by Carter Chacon saving a run. It's an infield hit. And the bases are loaded for Ryan Hirschfeld. And Monday, check that, Tormolin is 2 for 3. Hirschfeld is 1 for 2. He singled and grounded out. It's already 6-0, but he could really put some major damage into the Valley deficit here with a big one. 1 in the pitch, and the curveball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Beat Diggers have been at the plate for a while. Third is Cole. Second is Rosenbrock. And first is Tormolin. 1-0. Up and away with a fastball. Hirschfeld ahead in the count at 2-0. 6-0 Brush in the top of the 4th inning. From Bigfoot Turf Farms, the home field of the Valley Vikings. And just a gorgeous facility. And the 2-0 pitch outside. 3-0. Stubbs Gas and Oil at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. Stubbs Gas and Oil. 3-0 pitch down the middle for a strike with a fastball. Hirschfeld, of course, was taking it 3-1. Well, Joseph has got to come all the way back. If not, the Beat Diggers will plate another run. Here's the wine, and the 3-1 swung on, and that's grounded to short. Chacon to his right has it, flips to second for the out, and for some reason, Montoya was thrown to first, but that's the 3rd out of the inning, so essentially it doesn't matter. The Beat Diggers score a couple of runs as we head to the 4th inning. It's Brush 6, Valley nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning at Bigfoot Turf Farms, and the Beat Diggers with a 6-0 lead over the Valley Vikings. As the Beat Diggers just played at 2 runs on 3 hits, but left the bases loaded. And now they've stranded 5 through 3.5 innings. Vikings go with Jacob Joseph, Troy Wright, and Logan Wilson, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters against Alec Peterson. He's thrown 42 pitches, 23 of those for strikes. Joseph struck out swinging in his opening at bat. And again, Peterson out of the stretch with the bases empty. And the first pitch to Joseph is right there. Took something off it on the outer half at the knees. It's 0-1. Joseph was up there with 2 out and 2 on in the first inning when Peterson got the K, the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch swung on line to left field. That's a base hit for Jacob Joseph to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. And for Valley, that's their second hit of the game. And the second straight inning that the Vikings have had the leadoff man on. Troy Wright walked in his first plate appearance. So pitch with runners on base every inning. Whether it be allowing walks or hits, the stretch. And the offering. Swung on line towards left center field, and Baker's going to have to play it on a hop. After going in initially, it's another base hit. That's first and second for the Vikings with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Looking to rally in this game as Peterson threw that ball well up in the zone.
Logan Wilson.
Logan Wilson struck out swinging in the opening inning, or the opening frame, opening at bat, I should say. Carlos Uribe is the courtesy runner over at second base. So Uribe at second, right at first. Valley down in the game, 6-0, looking for a mini rally here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch squaring to Bunt, and he lays it out in front of the plate. Peterson's going to have to glove it. Peterson will throw the first in time with a second baseman, Gutierrez, covering. The sacrifice is successful. 1-4. And 2 in scoring position for the Vikings. That'll bring up Andrew Kern, the second in his first at bat.
Andrew Gubby Kern.
Uribe at third. At second is Wright, the stretch by Peterson. Looking back, and the pitch. The curveball is a strike on the inner half, thigh high, and it's 0-1. Stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. Brush Grocery Cart, 13 Edison Street in Brush. And the offering. Curveball is grounded foul down the third baseline. Count goes to 0-2 through Kern. Peterson does have 3 strikeouts in the game. And looking for one with 2 in scoring position. And only 1 out with the Beat Diggers up 6-0. Matos Garcia lays down the sign. The stretch. And the pitch. Breaking ball is blocked by Matos Garcia. Ball 1, strike 2 to the Valley third baseman. Runners take their leads. Peterson gets a sign, the stretch. Looking back, and the pitch to Kern. Swung on and fisted foul off to the right on a tailing fastball. That was a nice defensive swing by Kern because that ball was coming in on him. Remains at 1-2. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and 2 runs in the fourth for Brush. Valley held scoreless over the first 3 innings, but this is their biggest threat of the game. Again, Maltos Garcia lays down the sign. And the 1-2, and that is blocked. Looked like he tried to throw him a changeup that went awry. It's 2-2. Certainly left his hand very awkwardly, and Arnoldo kind of hurt himself. He's shaking off that right hand. On deck is Levi Montoya. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kern with 2 on and 1 out. The pitch. Curveball is grounded right back to Peterson. Looks over at third. Throws to first. Runners hold. And there's 2 down. 2 down for Montoya. Levi Montoya in his first at bat. Grounded out to the second baseman Gutierrez on a very nice play in the hole. And again, even though Peterson at times is all over the place with some of these pitches, he has thrown some very clutch pitches. The pitch. And the curveball is a strike on the inner half thigh high, and it's 0-1. Valley has 3 hits in the game, and 2 are in this inning. Uribe off of third, right at second. 0-1 to the Valley second baseman. And the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt gets away from Maltos Garcia, but not that far, and it wasn't spotted that quickly, but I'm not sure he could have scored anyway with Uribe at third because Maltos Garcia got to that ball pretty quickly. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, with Austin Bruns on deck, if you're Brush, you don't want to turn that lineup over here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bruns already has a base hit in the game. It came 1 inning ago. The stretch. And Peterson delivers upstairs. Looked like a little bit of a changeup. It's 2-1. Begins to cool off just a bit here at Bigfoot Turf Farms. But no threat of any rain. We'll have ideal weather. 2-1. Right there on the tailing changeup on the outside corner. It's 2-2. To Levi Montoya. Uribe off of third. Second is right. The stretch. And the offering. Swinging and missing the ball in the dirt, but it gets away. A run is going to score. It's a strikeout for Peterson as reaching safely is Montoya. It's now 6-1 on the wild pitch, even though it does go as a strikeout. But for the Beat Diggers, doesn't really matter because the run does score. And here's Austin Bruns. He's popped out and singled. He's 1 for 2. For Peterson, that's his 4th strikeout of the game. But again, the inning continues with runners at the corners. Maltos Garcia signaling, and more than likely to see what the Beat Diggers will do if Montoya takes off from first. Whether they will throw through or allow Montoya to steal the base. Well, if you get Bruns out, you don't have to worry about anything else. The stretch. Long pause, and the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, that's the disadvantage sometimes when you swing at a bad pitch like Montoya did. Took a wild hop on Maltos Garcia, and it scored a run. And no throw to fake the third and first. 1 ball, no strikes. With 2 down, 2 on. 6-1 Brush in the bottom of the 4th inning. Stretched by Peterson. And the pitch right there, outside corner. Took something off it, just above the knees. The count is level at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. With 2 down, 2 on, and 1 in. This 4th inning has taken a while. Stretched by Peterson. Take the third, throw to first, and they got him picked off, and Montoya got back in. Tormolen thought he applied the tag, but Montoya got back in. And he probably did apply the tag, but it was late. Montoya most definitely was taking off on that pitch. Stretched by Peterson. And the pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball, well outside, protecting the runner. He swung at it as Montoya steals second. It's 1-2. Well, it's a brand new ball game if Austin Bruns gets a base hit. There's a 5-run lead. Right now seems pretty secure, but you get it down to 3, and that changes the game. The stretch. And the pitch. Curveball inside. 2-2. Late action to that one. He thought that Bruns might bite, but he decided not to swing, and that was the right decision. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch. Curveball fouled off to the right. Count remains at 2-2. To the Valley left fielder, Austin Bruns. Again, the runners off of second and third. The stretch. And Peterson delivers. Curveball swung on and missed. Monto's going to have to throw him out. There's 2 down anyway. He's got to throw to first. Forget about the runner at third, and that records a strikeout. A couple of strikeouts in the inning. But Valley does get on the board. As the Vikings score a run, they do it on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. 4 complete at Bigfoot Turf Farms. Brush 6, Valley 1 on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. Well, perhaps just 3 innings to go for the Bee Diggers in their 12th win of the season as they lead Valley on the road 6-1. Tyler Monday, Oscar Soto, and Mikey Gutierrez against the right-hander Jacob Joseph, who came into the game in the 4th. For the starter, Logan Wilson. Monday is singled and popped out, and he's 1 for 2. Here's the wind and pitch, and the curveball is up and in. A ball and no strikes to the Beat Digger senior third baseman. Here's the offering. Down and away. It's 2-0. To Tyler Monday. Chacon lays down the sign. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and popped up extremely high into shallow left center field. And under it and making the catch for the first out is Troy Wright. One down in the 5th. Here comes Oscar Soto. There's the ball dropped out there? Let's see. Are they going to say drop the ball? Looked like he clearly caught it. Monday's at second. Yeah, he is out. Yeah, that ball. I mean, he took it out of his glove and dropped it, but yeah, there is one down. That looked like a clear out. Monday did hit a ball that was dropped a couple of games ago. That was against University. On a ball that looked like it was clearly caught. Soto has a base hit in the game. Swung on, grounded sharply to second, and Montoya has the ball go underneath his glove, and he's dove to his left. It's a base hit. On a nice diving attempt by Montoya. And that'll bring up Mikey Gutierrez. Soto now 2 for 3 in the game. Soto, check that out. Gutierrez has popped out and walked, so he's 0 for 1. The Beat Diggers with their 9th hit of the game, and that ball's in the dirt. Nice block by Chacon, who's been outstanding back there this afternoon. 1 ball, no strikes. The Beat Diggers with a 5-run cushion, and Alec Peterson doing a nice job for Brush on the mound. Soto with a 1-step lead. Jacob Joseph will deliver. Fastball is a strike, belt high. On the outer half, it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. In the top of the 5th inning, the stretch by Joseph. The pitch. Curveball is upstairs and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community, Morgan Federal Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Step out by Gutierrez, step off by Joseph now. Both back inside the batter's box and on the rubber. And the 2-1. Low. 3-1. Of the Rockies and Yankees coming up. 6:05 Rockies on deck right after Beat Digger baseball. First pitch at 6:40 from Coors. And the first of a 3-game set. Right now it's a pitch, and it's off the plate, and Gutierrez walks. First and second, with 1 out in the 5th inning, and a 6-1 brush lead for Grayson Simmons, who struck out swinging, and then a sacrifice bunt. He could certainly try that right now. With Alec Peterson coming up. Well, if he got that up the third base side, that could be an issue. If he got a bunt down the third base side, he could certainly beat it out here. The stretch. And the pitch. Squares to bunt foul. And he went up that third base side. It's 0-1. Yeah, the only danger is if you don't get it up the third base side, you can eliminate the lead runner, Oscar Soto, with Gutierrez at first. But if you get it there, you force the third baseman Kern to make the play. And the offering square and the bunt. The curveball's up and away. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And you can stay tuned tomorrow to 10-10 preps and more from 1 to 2. We'll go through the Class 3A bracket, as well as 4A and 5A. Those district tournaments to be played on Saturday. Squaring to bunt, and he lays it out right towards the pitcher, picks it up, throws to third, and Soto is out. Or did they call him safe? Well, they called him safe? Wow. It looked like they called him safe, but that throw clearly beat him. That'll be a fielder's choice, and the bases are loaded. Well, that caught me by surprise. It looked like he was most definitely out of third base, but nonetheless, the bases are loaded for Alec Peterson. So just a fielder's choice, no sacrifice for Grayson Simmons. Peterson has walked, reached on an air, and tripled. Well, if he can triple here or just get a base hit, he'd break the game wide open. The offering, and the breaking ball is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Coach Steve Kistler came out of the dugout, but it was a very brief conversation. Beat Diggers have scored in 3 of the first 4 innings. The offering upstairs, 2-0. And if Brush can generate a big rally, they can end this thing in 5. They'd have to score 5 more runs and hold Valley in the bottom of the 5th. At third is Soto. At second is Gutierrez. At first is Simmons. And the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and lifted into deep left center field. That ball is way back there as Bruns continues his chase, and that ball is off the middle of the fence. 1 run is in. Gutierrez is around third. He will score. Simmons to third. The slide to tag. He's out. It's a 2-run double for Alec Peterson. The Beat Diggers lead 8-1. And he was nailed out there, right to Kern. And 2 down in the frame. And here's Arnoldo Matos Garcia. He's had an excellent game so far. Ground out and 2 RBI singles. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on, foul, back on a fastball up in the zone. Beat Diggers now in the game have 10 hits. Straight up at 5 o'clock. This is 10-10 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan Ray. I'm John Beltran, live from Bigfoot Turf Farms, and Brush has scored 2 runs in this frame, and they lead 8-1. Peterson at second. And the offering. Curveball is down and in. And that levels the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Matos Garcia. Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop, Hometown Auto and Hardware, 1305 Edison Street in Brush. And the ball gets by the catcher, Chacon, to the screen on the wild pitch. Peterson to third. 2 balls and 1 strike. Matos Garcia back in the box. With Kyle Rosenbrock on deck. Joseph gets the sign. 2-1. Fastball is high. A run in the first, 3 in the second, 2 more in the fourth and fifth for the Beat Diggers. Valley's lone run came in the bottom of the fourth inning. So Matos Garcia in a hitter's count. It's 3-1. The offering right there for a strike on the inside corner at the knees, and it's 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to the freshman catcher, Matos Garcia. The stretch by Joseph. And the pitch, swing and a miss and a fastball riding inside. And that ends the Beat Digger fifth. But they do score 2 runs. The Beat Diggers do it on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 4.5 complete. Brush 8, Valley 1 on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers hold an 8-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning at Bigfoot Turf Farms. Just a little bit past Kersey, and it'll be Alec Peterson to face Avery Hanslick, Peyton Chacon, and Carter Chacon, the heart of the order for the Vikings. Valley scored their lone run 1 inning ago. And the Beat Diggers with a big 2-run double from Peterson, who's had a very nice day at the plate as well, have opened things up nicely. But this game is not based on time. It's based on outs, and you got to get 9 more unless the Beat Diggers can generate another rally and perhaps win this game in 6. This is the second plate appearance for Hanslick, who struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Peterson has not had a 1-2-3 inning as of yet. And the offering. Swung on, driven to left field. Grayson Simmons is right there. A few steps in, makes the catch. 1 out. Peyton Chacon is now the batter for Valley. Chacon walked and hit into a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 1. Peterson has issued 3 walks, but those were in the first 2 innings. Now we're in the 5th. The pitch, and the curveball is upstairs. He has struck out 5, including the final 2. One, which was not an out, it ended up being a wild pitch, and the other one, which was an out in the 4th inning. And the offering, right there with a changeup at the knees. The count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. 8 runs, 10 hits for Brush, 1 run, 3 hits for Valley. Valley's committed the lone error of the game. The offering, right there. Ooh, boy, must have been a little bit low. 2-1. Not sure. That looked like pretty much the same location as the 1-0 pitch. Stretch. And a 2-1, and that's in the dirt. Trying to unleash another changeup. 3-1 to Peyton Chacon. A fine job today behind the plate for Valley. Stretched by Peterson. The offering. Swung on, tap foul towards the third base side. It's 3-2. With 1 out and the bases empty in the 5th inning. Brush led after half an inning 1-0, and it was 4-0 after an inning and a half, and they've controlled this game since then. Stretch. And the payoff. And that's inside with a curveball. Peterson has issued his 4th walk of the game. That'll bring up Carter Chacon, who has walked and then hit a screamer on one hop that was fielded by Tormolen at first. A fine defensive play by the Beedinger first baseman. Peterson throws to first, back and diving is Chacon. With one on and one out in the bottom of the fifth inning. And Peterson gets the sign from Matos Garcia. The stretch. And the offering. And the curveball's on the outside corner for a strike just above the knees. It's 0-1. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you at Morgan Community College. No matter what age you are, you can imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goal at Morgan Community College. No balls and one strike. And the pitch, curveball, is outside, and the count levels at 1-1. Now 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. In the bottom of the fifth inning, the Beediggers lead the Valley Vikings on the road 8-1. The stretch by Peterson. And the pitch, runner going, swung on and missed. The throw to second by Matos Garcia is up the second base side and fielded on a hop by Mike Gutierrez. Count is now at 1-2, but it's a stolen base for Peyton Chacon. 1-2 to Carter Chacon. Peterson gets the sign. And the pitch. Curveball is grounded sharply to the shortstop Rosenbrock. Runner goes to third. He throws out Chacon. And there's 2 down. 2 down for Jacob Joseph.
Number 12, Jacob Joseph.
Joseph has struck out and singled, so he's 1 for 2. He's got one of the 3 hits by the Vikings. Stretched by Peterson. And the offering. And the curveball is a strike on the inner half at the knees. It's 0-1. Stretched by Peterson. And the 0-1. Curveball swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Took a big hack at that. No balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Joseph. At third is Peyton Chacon. Stretched by Peterson. And the offering. The changeup is down and away. Count is at 1-2. With a victory, the Beediggers would end regular season play with a 7-2 Patriot League record. And the pitch. Swing! And a miss and a breaking ball, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left at third. 5 complete. It's Brush 8, Valley 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the 6th inning. The Beediggers lead the Valley Vikings 8-1 at Bigfoot Turf Farms. And Beediggers in his frame will send up the heart of the order. Kyle Rosenbrock, Mitch Tormolen, and Ryan Hirschfeld against Jacob Joseph. Rosenbrock in the game looking for his first hit. He is 0 for 1, though. He's walked twice. Here we go. The Beediggers are 3 runs and 3 outs away from perhaps making this an abbreviated game. Line and pitch. Rides up and in. 1 ball and no strikes to Rosenbrock. Chacon lays down the sign. And the 1-0 outside with a fastball. 2-0. Rush began the year 0-3, but now they won 11 of 14, looking for 12 of 15. And they were shorthanded with all those players playing basketball. Swung on, grounded off the end of the bat to the first baseman, and it can't handle the ball as Hanslick cannot make the play. Rosenbrock reaches, and Valley's committed their second error of the game. That'll bring up Mitch Tormolen. Yeah, the pitcher went over to cover. It was a nice play over there by the pitcher, Joseph. He was there to cover, but the ball was misfielded. And Mitch Tormolen will now hit. Tormolen is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. The stretch and the offering. And the breaking ball's high. Runner going to throw to second. The tag, and he is out. Tag is applied by Montoya, and Rosenbrock is caught stealing. Tormolen steps in with the bases empty. Excellent throw there by Pate Chacon. There's the wind and pitch. That ball runs inside. 2 balls and no strikes on Tormolen. Here's the wind and offering way outside. Perhaps overcompensating for throwing a pitch that almost got to Tormolen. 3-0. Pate Diggers out hitting Valley by 7, 10-3, outscoring Valley by 7, 8-1. And the 3-0, and that runs inside, and Tormolen walks. He reaches base for the 3rd consecutive time. Ryan Hirschfeld is 1 for 3, singled, grounded out, and reached in a fielder's choice. His single in the first drove in the game's first run. Tormolen with a very short lead at first. Step off by Joseph. The stretch and the offering. Swung on and driven to left field, and Bruns comes in, and he makes the catch. Tormolen back to first on that hard line drive hit by Hirschfeld. 2 down. Two down for Monday, who singled and popped out twice. He's 1 for 3. Monday scored in that 3-run second. And the pitch. Curveball, a strike on the inner half. It's 0-1.
Nice pitch, Jake. Good job out there.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down in the 6th inning. Joseph stretches. Long pause and a pitch. And that ball hit Monday. Right around the lower back there. Well, it appeared that at some point that Joseph was going to hit a batter. He's thrown a lot of pitches inside in this inning. And that one got Monday. And here's Oscar Soto, who has singled twice and grounded out. He is 2 for 3 in the game. Yeah, he got hit on the left side, and Monday still feels that one right along the first baseline. Joseph has thrown 44 pitches so far, but only 18 for strikes. So you have to be patient against him. The stretch. And the pitch. Swag and a miss and a diving breaking ball. It's 0-1. Yeah, Soto thought that was a fastball coming in and misread it. No balls and 1 strike. Tormolen off of second. Monday at first. And the pitch. Fastball, a strike at the knees on the outer half. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Soto. With 2 down and 2 on. The stretch. And the offering outside with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Soto digging back in. And the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. And the Beet Diggers are done in the 6th inning. They do not score for the first time since the 3rd. 1 error committed by Valley. The Beet Diggers leave 2. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Brush 8, Valley 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beet Diggers lead the Valley Vikings 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Alec Peterson has thrown 78 pitches, 47 strikes, 31 balls. It'll be Troy Wright, Logan Wilson, and Andrew Kern. Wright is 1 for 1. He's not been retired today. He's walked and singled against the sophomore right-hander who's throwing one of his best games of the year. He's been very, very effective. And he's kept the walks under control after struggling in the first 2 innings. So righty against righty to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. And the pitch, change up, a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Peterson gets the sign. And the offering. Swung on and popped up into shallow right field. The second baseman, Gutierrez, calls for it and makes the catch for the out. 1 down in the Valley 6th. Here's Logan Wilson. Struck out in a sacrifice bunt for the pitcher of record in this game. Peterson stretches. And the offering. Up and in with a changeup. It's 1-0. Six strikeouts, 4 walks for Peterson, 3 hits allowed. And the 1-0 pitch. Changeup, a strike on the outside corner at the knees. The count evens at 1-1. Peterson, if he goes the distance, more than likely will throw about 100 pitches. Hopefully no more than that. 1-1. Swung on and fisted foul off to the right and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will professionally fit you into the car truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. The breaking ball is up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Logan Wilson. The Beet Diggers lead the Valley Vikings 8-1 with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 6th inning. Antos Garcia lays down the sign. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Shortstop Rosenbrock behind the back. Stabs it, throws to first low. And Tormolen cannot dig it out. It's a base hit by Logan Wilson. Cannot dig it out. We'll give him a base hit. Tough throw there by Rosenbrock, and Valley has their 4th hit of the game. Yeah, would have had him, but that was certainly not an easy play. There's Andrew Kern. Kern is grounded out twice. Wilson with a good 2-step lead. So Peterson is yet to retire Valley in order. And a pitch. Swing and a miss, and a ball above the letters. 0-1. Andrew Kern with Levi Montoya waiting to hit next. Brush only 5 outs away from securing their 7th Patriot League win and 12th overall in this regular season finale. And the offering, and the curveball is up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Then again, if Peterson hits 100 pitches this inning, or by the end of the inning, this could be his final frame. They could bring Hirschfeld to close it out, who, of course, is the DH today. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Right down the middle, it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Andrew Kern. 1 on, 1 out. Stretch by Peterson. And the pitch. That is just outside. Nice frame by Matos Garcia. But just off the plate on the changeup, it's 2-2. Peterson steps off. This will be the 90th pitch thrown by the sophomore right-hander. The stretch. And the offering. And the curveball is taken inside. 3-2. To the 8th place hitter, the Valley third baseman hitting for the right side. Both teams with, the Beatniggers have 2 left-handed hitters, Valley with 1, and Carter Chacon, who's the cleanup hitter on this team. We'll see if Wilson takes off from first. No. Swung on and foul tipped at the plate. Matos Garcia could not hold it. Remains at 3-2. Just popped out of that glove. As Andrew Kern stays alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Peterson shakes off a couple of signs. The stretch. And the pitch outside, and it's a walk. The 5th issued by Peterson in the game.
Number 3, Levi Montoya.
Montoya is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Now the Beatniggers at double play depth. They hold an 8-1 lead in the 6th inning. But Valley once again, with runners on base, the offering way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The Beatniggers have stranded 8 in the game, and Valley has left 7 on base. Runners take their leads. And he 1-0. Swung on and driven into center field. Randy Baker still going back, shy of the track. He makes the 2-handed catch. The runner tags, and Rosenbrock with no throw. With runners at the corners and 2 down for Austin Brunts. And Baker handled that very nicely in center field. The Beatniggers have used 3 different center fielders this year. Baker, Guzman, and Matos Garcia. So Wilson at third, Kern at first, and here's Austin Brunts, who's popped out, singled, and struck out. He's 1 for 3. And I don't know if Brush is going to worry about Andrew Kern at first. Might as well let him take off, step off. Yeah, I mean, you get the out here of Brunts, and that batter, or the runner at first, really doesn't matter. Matos Garcia lays down the sign. And the pitch, a changeup for a ball. Wow. 1 ball, no strikes. Must have been a tad low. With 2 down, 2 on. At the bottom of the 6th inning, the Beatniggers lead by 7. Again, a step off. It struck you crazy. Just throw the ball to the plate. I mean, it's a cheap out if you can get it, but it's very, very rare. Stretched by Peterson. And the pitch. And that is a foul. He tried to get out of the way, and the ball hit the bat towards the first base dugout. 1-1. Yeah, that was very fortunate for Peterson, but that's what happens. You worry about the runners, and he's done a fine job with runners on base, but you have a 7-run lead. With 2 out in the 6th inning, you get the hitter. Who cares about the runners? The stretch, and Brunts awaits the pitch. There it is. And that curveball hit him in the back. And again, bases are loaded for Avery Hanslick. We'll have a visit to the hill. First hit batsman issued by Peterson in the game. If he can get out of this jam, Valley will have stranded 10. And there are 2 down. He has thrown 97 pitches thus far. 57 for strikes and 40 for balls. And he will stay in the game. As Valley right now can inch a little bit closer, but Peterson has been outstanding. The only time Valley scored was in a third strike wild pitch. And Hanslick in the game is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-out. The stretch. And the pitch swung on and lifted to left field, going way back towards the track. And now he's falling down over there. This is Scottinus. The ball's going to roll towards the fence. 3 runs will score. It's a bases-clearing double for Avery Hanslick. And Valley is back in the game. It's 8-4. Scottinus just fell down out there.
13. Peyton Chacon.
Here's Peyton Chacon. We're going to have a pitching change brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. Ryan Hirschfeld will come in. It's a 90-second break. Brush 8, Valley 4 on 1010 KSIR. And KSIR.com. Well, the Valley Vikings are back in the game here. It's 8-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Ryan Hirschfeld is the new pitcher. After the bases clearing, extra base hit by Avery Hanslick off of Alec Peterson, who threw the ball well but could not get the final out of the 6th inning, which would make his line look a lot better. All Hirschfeld has to do is get 4 outs. Peterson goes to center. Randy Baker out of the game. And Hirschfeld is ready now. Yeah, Jesus Godinez just fell down out there. He got spun around. And he hasn't played much this year, had an appendectomy. And that's part of the reason that he had trouble with that ball. He just spun around and fell, and there was no chance to make the play. Peyton Chacon has walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and walked again, so he is 0 for 1. And Hirschfeld will have to face the heart of the order. Stretch and pitch. Fastball runs inside. 1 ball and no strikes. To Peyton Chacon. And the offering. Right down the middle for a strike. The count levels at 1-1. And 4 outs can seem like a piece of cake, but not that easy. But if you get it here and you're up by 4 going into the 7th, you feel good about things. The breaking ball to the screen ricochets back to Matos Garcia. The wild pitch, runner to third. 2 balls and 1 strike. Especially if Carter Chacon can lead off the 7th. You don't want a power hitter up there with men on base. 2 balls and 1 strike. The stretch by Hirschfeld. And the offering swung on and foul, tipped off of Matos Garcia's glove, and it's 2-2. Oh, they're going to say catcher's interference. It was catcher's interference. Yep, he's going to reach first. That is catcher's interference against Matos Garcia when he swung. Apparently, they're going to say it went off the... Yep, he's going to reach on the catcher's obstruction. Yeah, he swung, and Matos Garcia's glove was too close. So here's Carter Chacon. The stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. To Chacon. Stretch by Hirschfeld. And the 0-1. And he waved at that one on a pitch up in the zone. 0-2 to Chacon. No balls and 2 strikes. The stretch and the offering. Swing and a miss and a fastball up and in. But Valley does score 3 runs on that bases clearing double by Avery Hanslick as we head to the 7th. Brush 8, Valley 4 on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Bigfoot Turf Farms. And the Beat Diggers with an 8-4 lead. After a big strikeout of Carter Chacon by Ryan Hirschfeld. So we head to the 7th inning. Yeah, game far from over. Considering the comeback that Valley's made off of 1 swing. Oh, here we go. It'll be Mikey Gutierrez to lead off the frame.
Mike Gutierrez.
For Brush, the 8th place hitter, has walked twice and has popped out in his first plate appearance. He is 0 for 1. Here's the wind and the pitch by Jacob Joseph in the dirt to the screen. 1 ball and no strikes. Jesus Cardenas is on deck. Beat Diggers looking for some insurance after allowing 3 runs, and that changeup is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, we'll have the updated and uploaded pitch-by-pitch account on KSIRSports.com after the game. 2-0 to Gutierrez. The offering, fastball, a strike on the outer half, thigh high, and it's 2-1. Valley in that last inning picked up their 3 runs on 2 hits and a Beat Digger error, and that runs on the inside corner for a strike. It's 2-2. To Mikey Gutierrez, the Brush second baseman. Here's the wind and the 2-2, and the breaking ball is a little bit high. 3-2 to Mikey Gutierrez to lead off the 7th inning. The Beat Diggers with an 8-4 lead over the Valley Vikings. And the pitch, that is just a little bit low. Wow. Thought he had him, but just below the knees. That'll bring up Jesus Cardenas. By the way, this 8-4 score was the very same score that Fort Morgan defeated Valley by on March 30th. Jesus Cardenas stepping in. Throw back to first, back and diving is Gutierrez. Here's the stretch by Joseph and the pitch, and he bounces it in there off of Chacon to the fence. On the wild pitch, Gutierrez to second. Now the Beat Diggers have a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Another slow-moving game here as we're over the 2-hour mark. And the pitch, that's a strike on the outer corner, the outer corner. Count levels at 1-1. Chacon lays down the sign. And the pitch to Cardenas, and the breaking ball stays high. 2 balls and 1 strike. 8 runs on 10 hits for Brush. They've stranded 8. 4 runs on 5 hits for Valley. They've stranded 9, and that's upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike. Joseph has struggled with his control. 34 balls and 24 strikes since coming into the game. The stretch and the pitch swung on, lined and caught by the second baseman Montoya. Diving back to second is Gutierrez. There's 1 down. One down in the 7th for Alec Peterson. All he's done is walked, reached on an error which scored 2 runs, tripled then hit a 2-run double. And he's the pitcher of record. Joseph shakes off a sign. And the pitch. The breaking ball is low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to the center fielder now for Brush. Off of second is Gutierrez. And the 1-0. Swag, and a miss threw it right by him, right at the knees. It's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. A stretch. And the offering. Curveball is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the Rockies coming up at 6:05. Rockies on deck. And then first pitch at 6:40 against the Yankees from Coors Field. As the wind now picks up all of a sudden. And big time. And that just came out of nowhere. So the count sitting at 2 balls and 1 strike to Alec Peterson. The stretch and the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Anything close now with the wind picking up and the temperature dropping is going to be called a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. With a runner at second, 1 down, and now time is called. Oh, we just got to get through the 7th. We didn't have much wind over the first 6 innings, but now it's changed. The offering swung on and popped up on the right side. The second baseman, Montoya, gives way to the shortstop, Chacon, who behind the bag makes the catch for the second out. 2 down in the 7th. And the batter's Arnoldo Matos Garcia, 2 for 4 with a couple of RBI singles. If he could drive in a run, it would give the Beat Diggers a 5-run lead. Stretch by Joseph. And the pitch way outside of the screen, in fact. On the wild pitch, Gutierrez to third. Now the Beat Diggers are 90 feet away from scoring another run. They have scored in 4 of the first 5 innings, did not score in the 6th. 1 ball and no strikes. It's about probably 15 degrees cooler now as opposed to game time, and then we have a wind that wasn't there. Here's the line in the 1-0. That's a fastball upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Kyle Rosenbrock on deck. Two balls and no strikes. Wind and pitch. Up and in. 3-0. Yeah, this final out, that's the tough one. The Beat Diggers have scored, I believe, all their runs with 2 down, or their first 6 runs with 2 outs. And the 3-0 pitch. That's a fastball for a strike. I don't know why. I don't know they'll threw the bat there. That was clearly a strike. 3-1. Yeah, that was right down the middle. I think he tried to sell the call and draw a walk. But he's a good hitter. He doesn't need to walk. 3-1 pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner. Looked like a changeup. It's 3-2. Now the freshman catcher's got to swing away here if it's anywhere near the strike zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a man at third. 8-4 Brush. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball above the letters. Well, that time he swung at ball 4. The inning is over. Or at least a half inning. No runs. No hits, no errors, and a man left at third. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's Brush 8, Valley 4 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, we've gotten to the bottom of the 7th inning at Bigfoot Turf Farms. The Beat Diggers had an 8-1 lead, but then Avery Hanslick, 1 inning ago with a bases-clearing double, made it 8-4. So Ryan Hirschfeld has got to do the job for Brush here in the bottom of the 7th inning. In relief of Alec Peterson, who went 5 2/3. 5, 6, and 7 coming up for Valley. Jacob Joseph, Troy Wright, and Logan Wilson. And Joseph has struck out, singled, and struck out. He's 1 for 3 in the game. And Hirschfeld brought in his major fastball against Chacon. He threw gas, 3 straight strikes. And that's what made it possible for Hirschfeld to fan him a lot easier than one would have thought. So let's start the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll have a brief post-game show coming up, then we'll take you to Rockies on Deck, which right now is about 17 minutes away. Fastball is low, dropped by Matos Garcia. 1 ball and no strikes. Hirschfeld out of the stretch. And the 1-0. Right there, fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rush looking to beat Valley by the same exact score that Fort Morgan did. Fastball, a strike, just below belt level, 1-2. And Hirschfeld's not messing around. He's thrown 10 pitches, 7 for strikes, and has already got a strikeout. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2 upstairs. Tried to climb the ladder there. It's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch. Curveball is high. 3-2. Three and 2 to Jacob Joseph. And the pitch. Swing! And a miss on a fastball, and there's 1 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hirschfeld strikes out his 2nd straight hitter. And here's Troy Wright, who has walked, singled, and popped out. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Baydiggers just 2 outs away from wrapping up their 7th Patriot League win and 12th overall, and more than likely finishing in 2nd place. Swag, and a miss on a fastball. On the outer half, it's 0-1.
Right.
Hirschfeld stretches. And the 0-1. Fastball outside corner. That's strike 2, thigh high to Troy Wright.
Troy, come on, crack it, Troy.
No balls and 2 strikes. The stretch by Hirschfeld. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded right side off of Hirschfeld's glove, but he'll barehanded underhand to first for the 2nd out of the 7th. 2 down for Logan Wilson. Wilson in the game has struck out swinging, a sacrifice bunt and a single. He is 1 for 2, and he is Valley's last chance right now. Stretch and pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outer half of the knees, and the Beatdiggers have not retired the Vikings in order all day, but are 2 strikes away from doing so. Stretch by Hirschfeld, and the 0-1, and the breaking ball swung on and missed on a pitch down and away. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and the base is empty. Stretch, and the pitch. That is just a little bit low. Holy mahungus. 1 ball and 2 strikes, barely missed, just below the knees. 1-2 to Wilson. Matos Garcia lays down the sign. And the offering. Curveball is grounded to short. Rosenbrock has to charge. He gloves, he throws, and the game is over. And the Beatdiggers have defeated the Valley Vikings by a score of 8-4. It's a 2-minute break. We'll wrap it up after this on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Welcome to the Beatdigger postgame show, brought to you by Buildings by Design and Brush, which takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business. Buildings by Design. The Beatdiggers win the game at Bigfoot Turf Farms 8-4. 8 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, 9 left on base for Brush, 4 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, 9 left on base for Valley. The winning pitcher was Alec Peterson, and the loss goes to Logan Wilson. Time of the game, 2 hours and 16 minutes. Beatdiggers broke out on top of the first inning on Ryan Hirschfeld's RBI single. Then in the second, with 2 out and 2 on, Alec Peterson hit a fly ball that was dropped in left field by Austin Bruns. 2 runs scored. Arnoldo Matos Garcia would add an RBI single, making it 4-0. Then the Beat Diggers made it 6-0 with 2 more runs in the 4th inning as Peterson delivered an RBI double and then an RBI single again from Matos Garcia. Valley would score on a wild pitch in the bottom of the 4th. It was 6-1, but then Alec Peterson came up with a 2-run double. Actually, it was an RBI triple in the 4th and a 2-run double in the 5th to make it 8-1. Avery Henslick for Valley then came up with a bases-clearing double in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that would be the scoring as Ryan Hirschfeld was outstanding in relief. He won an inning in the 3rd, and he struck out a couple of Valley Vikings. He got out of a jam by fanning the cleanup hitter, Carter Chacon, on 3 pitches. The Beat Diggers, with a victory, moved to 7-2 in Patriot League play. They're now 12-6 overall to end the regular season. Valley at 4-5 in league play and 9-10 on the season. The Beat Diggers, more than likely, assuming that Eaton defeated University today in Eaton, would be the second-place team out of the Patriot League. And I would still think that even with a 12-6 record and a 7-2 league record, more than likely that the Beat Diggers would be on the road on Saturday, but we'll find out tomorrow who the Beat Diggers will play on Saturday. Keep in mind that normally, as is the case in years past, the format goes a 10 a.m. game, then 12:30, and then 3 o'clock, and the Beat Diggers would obviously play at either one of those 2 times, but that is certainly not confirmed. That's just based on precedent, and that will be coming up on Saturday for the 32-team district tournament, 8 different sites, 4 teams per site, single elimination. All right, so the Rockies and Yankees coming up at just after 6 o'clock from Coors Field in the first of a 3-game set. Jorge De La Rosa pitching for the Rockies and Hiroki Kuroda for the Yankees. Outstanding job by our sound engineer and producer, Braden Godin. I'm John Beltran. We'll talk to you Saturday when the Beat Diggers are involved in Class 3A district tournament play. The final score, Brush 8. Valley 4, all right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.